entertained? Are you not entertained?
Hello and welcome everybody. This is Ryan'sDrunk.com's spoilery review of Captain America Civil War. Captain America Civil War. Things happen. Explosions happen in Africa. Because the Avengers, they're avenging things that need to be avenged. And there's that one dude who's a villain. He's there with, like, he's almost like a Punisher looking person, but he's not Punisher. He's whoever he is. I don't know. He's that dude. And the Avengers are avenging the vengeance of avenging him. And then explosions in Africa. Tony Stark's like, oh my god, there's explosions happening in Africa. Because some, like, underling of a Secretary of State-ish type person, woman's like, did you know you guys killed my son back in Sokovia and stuff? Yeah, you killed him. You killed him dead. And Iron Man's like, oh my god, this is so depressing. I can't handle this. We need to talk to General Ross Person. I think he's Secretary of State now. And stuff. So they talk to General Ross Person, Secretary of State, and he's like, hey, the UN wants to put the Avengers in check because you all are dangerous and stuff. So let's do the Sokovia Accords. Yeah, let's do it. Iron Man's like quiet throughout the whole thing. The only one that really talks is Captain America. He's like, no, we probably shouldn't do this right now. And Iron Man finally is like, yes, we need to because we're dangerous. Because we killed this kid. He could have been useful and stuff. He could have done stuff in his life, but we killed him. Or whatever. So Civil War! Boom! Fights! That's basically the entire gist of Captain America Civil War. The first complaint that I have about the movie, number one, is the shaky cam. Right off the get-go, there's way too damn much shaky cam. It makes the very first Avengers of the Vengeance, they're in Africa, things happening. That very first whole action sequence is way too goddamn shaky, and it sucks. I mean, it's to the point of Batman Begins level, as you have no idea what's going on in the fight scenes. And it continues throughout most of the movie. I mean, it calms down here and there, but shaky cam is prevalent throughout a lot of it, and it's I wasn't a fan. The biggest gripe that I have with the whole entire movie is that the first half of it is pretty damn boring. There's almost nothing happening throughout the whole first half of the movie. Almost literally nothing. It's just, hey, are you gonna sign the Sokovia Accords? No, I'm probably not. Are you gonna sign the Sokovia Accords? Yeah, maybe I will. Dude, are you gonna sign the Sokovia Awards? Damn right I am. Are you gonna sign the Sokovia Award? Are you gonna sign the Sokovia Accords? No. And that's pretty much it throughout the first half of the movie. And then there's like random action set pieces thrown in there in between. Hey, are you gonna sign this Sokovia Accords? Maybe. And then it's whatever. Random side note, it's kind of funny how the former capitalistic arms dealer Tony Stark is all like, hey, you know what's awesome? Lots of governmental control. Let's sign up to the UN. Oh my god, that's awesome. But whatever. I mean, it's how it takes place in Marvel's Civil War. Whatever, it's fine. It just kind of is out of place-ish, at least in this movie universe thing. But for reals, the first half of the movie is boring. Up until, it's kind of, there's a line drawn in the sand. I'm not signing this Sokovia Accords and stuff. And I am. And then it's like, hey, I got a big gun over here. And Iron Man's like, well, you know what? I got a big gun. An ace up my sleeve. And he's in Queens. Cut to Spider-Man. Right off the bat, I'm not totally happy that they've gone with a young Spider-Man. As young as he is anyways. And it kind of shows in this movie. He's a bit too Justin Bieber-y for my taste. He's like, hey guys, I'm Spider-Man. Hi, what's going on? I'm Spider-Man. I've got a Spider-Man thing happening. But as far as Spider-Man doing Spider-Man-y things, he's damn near the best Spider-Man ever portrayed on film. Damn near it. At least at this point. Hey guys, I'm Spider-Man! Speaking of youngness, how the hell is Marissa Tomei Aunt May? I mean, seriously, how the hell can Aunt May be portrayed by someone without a gray hair on her head? It's... Whatever. I guess we'll find out in Spider-Man Homecoming, right? But as far as other characters go, Black Panther is, I know nothing about the character himself, but I would say he's done very good justice. He's done fine. There's still not much known about Vision and Scarlet Witch. If you've seen Age of Ultron, then you've seen them in Captain America Civil War. Nothing more is explained or gone into detail. Hell, how either of these teams can exist with these two people, the Vision and Scarlet Witch, on opposing sides, how either of them just can't evaporate the entire team, other side, with their minds or whatever. It's kind of weird. Falcon is given lots of great spots. Bucky as well, with the Winter Soldier. He's given lots of time and awesomeness things happening. War Machine. He's done Cheadle stuff. The whole battle, Black Widow and Hawkeye are on opposing sides. That whole drama is never allowed to develop. It's just, hey, yeah, we're fighting, isn't that funny? And then it's done. And then there's really the side character that was just totally awesome, aside from one line in the movie that drove me insane when I heard it, but I can't even think of it now. But Ant-Man is awesome in this movie. He's totally awesome. From when he's going inside the Tony Stark suit, Iron Man suit and stuff, and hijacking it all, it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Up until he gets Gigantuan, whatever. I know there's, I'm totally discrediting my nerd cred, and I should know what happens when Ant-Man becomes a giant and thing, but I don't. He just becomes a giant. Things, and that's an awesome moment. Totally awesome moment. Ant-Man is probably, aside from Spider-Man, of course, the best side character. Now, is this movie good? Well, of course it is. It's really damn good. As far as I'm concerned, the best Marvel movie up until this point was Captain America, the Winter Soldier. And to some extent, it still is. Let me explain. Captain America, the Winter Soldier has the best Marvel story even now. However, Captain America Civil War is the best Marvel movie. This is a much better movie-going experience than any other Marvel movie that I have seen. It is probably the best all-around Marvel movie. Now here's a tough subject for me. The quote-unquote Batmancerbator. Was this movie better than Batman v Superman? The answer is yes, it is. It's a much better movie than Batman v Superman. Batman v Superman has so many different plot lines and everything else that for an average moviegoer, if you're not a Batmancerbator, if you don't have large amounts of knowledge of the DC Comics universe, you're not going to know much about what the hell's going on in Batman v Superman. Meanwhile, with this Captain America Civil War, number one, Marvel has had almost 10 years to build up their cinematic universe. On top of that, hell, you could know nothing about the Marvel Cinematic Universe and then just walk into this movie and be like, hey, that's a pretty awesome superhero movie. Hell, you could do that with Batman v Superman, but there's so many elements that just, I can easily say, would turn most people off as far as Batman v Superman goes. But as just a walk into a theater, watch a movie, things without any sort of bias, anything like that, this is the better movie. It just is. Aside from the fact that my theater had to evacuate. Anyways, alright. But since we're on the topic of Marvel versus DC, come back tomorrow-ish? Pretty soon. Check Ryan'sDrunk.com's YouTube channel. Check back here. I'm going to be discussing this whole controversy. Is there a media bias? Is Disney paying off reviewers to trash DC movies whilst praising Marvel movies? I'm going to go into all of that here next time on Ryan'sDrunk.com. It's coming soon. Subscribe. Stuff, things, awesomeness. Goodbye.